Top of the morning, day, evening, whatever time of day that you are actually watching this video. I'm gonna be honest with you, this video has been something that I have mentally probably made about 20 times, kind of thought my way through it, and there's a lot to discuss. Let's get into it. As the title suggests, yes. Is this the end? Are we done? Let's talk about it. I mean, I kind of go back and think about why exactly I started this channel, what the channel basis was for, and kind of where I wanted to go with the channel. And I really remember the first episode I ever made. I remember being in Atlanta. It's pouring rain. I'm in my hotel room. I've got my GoPro out. I've invested in a microphone. No idea what lighting is. And as you can tell, I'm still working with it. But I said, why not? Let's just take a shot.
Well, hi, my name is Jay. I'm from San Diego, California. I'm just your average age group triathlete, mountain bike racer, and whatever else I dive myself into.
So I've been asked, what exactly was your idea behind the channel? Where did you want to go with it? Why did you do it? And so on. So there's two main things. And I remember the first thing was really simple. It was to hold me accountable. I figured if I was posting every week while I was training, well, it made me want to train even that much harder because I'm putting it out there for everybody to see. Not a lot of people to see, but there are a few people to see it. Number two, and this was the most important thing, was there are a lot of people out there that are just like me. They work, they don't have a consistent schedule, travel gets involved, home life, and all the fun stuff. And if I could prove, well, some 240-pound guy at the time can get out, can train, and do all these events, why can't anybody else? Now, I'm not saying no excuses because I think that one's just completely bled dry. And there are reasons why we can't train in the day, but there are ways to find a way to train, and acclimation is a key point. To give an example, first off, that's not mine. They were working on the race car. They left it. Hopefully nobody gets in trouble. But to give you an example, in my career and what I do for a living, I can have a laid out plan of attack for the next day. I can go to bed, wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, open up my phone, and there's a text message that means, well, you're not going to be in the office, or you're not going to be at this place that you're planned on being. We need you here right away. You need to be here at 7 a.m. What does that mean? Well, sometimes that means 3 hours of driving. That means my training's out the window for the morning or whatever the case may be. And then by the time I get home, it's exhausted. So what I want to show, and I wanted to show, was that life throws everything at you as much as it can. Now, if you have a 9-to-5 job or an 8-to-4, or however your schedule is, you're pretty fortunate. And if it stays that way, really, it's very easy to plan around that. But the reality is most of us don't. And life throws everything at us. And the whole purpose was we can figure out a way. We just have to adapt and overcome, especially with the years that you saw how much I was traveling, which basically meant Monday morning, 4 a.m., I'm in an Uber, I'm going to San Diego Airport, and I'm flying out to wherever. Now, if it was the East Coast, I basically lost a complete day. By the time I got there, I was dehydrated, my legs hurt, and I was exhausted. But I wanted to show, who cares? I grabbed my camera, I went down to the gym, I ran for an hour, I did whatever I needed to do for that day of training. And I thought it was really important to get that out because there are people who reached out to me and who asked about, how do you do this when you're traveling? How do you even have the motivation? And that's kind of the one thing. Motivation is only this much of the process, and we lose motivation. And it's okay to lose motivation, but it's what you do after that. And that's why I say discipline is more important than motivation. Repetition, more important than motivation. Doing things constantly, waking up early in the morning, doing your basic steps every day, create repetition, which basically means, yeah, we don't like putting our feet on the floor at 3:30 in the morning or 4 or 5, whatever our early time is. We definitely don't want to go running or biking or whatever our idea, swimming, whatever it is. We don't, but our body's used to it. And reality is, once we get in the pool and the water's warm or whatever the temperature is, we feel better about ourselves. So repetition was kind of a key thing, and I wanted to show that in my channel. Now, I can tell you this, when you are a content creator or just making channels, it is extremely difficult. You do lose motivation. You do write episodes in your head, and I cannot tell you how many I've written in my head that I have never produced. You do so much that goes on in your mind, and to get the final footage out there is a huge win for the content creator. That's why there's certain people I follow that, to be honest with you, I just support. I don't relate to their content, but I subscribe. I try to like their videos as much as possible. Half the time, I just let their videos play so they get some time on, because I know what it takes to make these videos. So if you have a content creator that you enjoy or that you watch, or heck, you may not even relate to their videos, subscribing, liking a video, sharing it with a friend, leaving a simple comment, hey, great video, really appreciate the work, you did this cool, that goes a long way. And if you can, throw it out there. It doesn't have to be for me. I mean, heck, I just do this for the fun of it. But other people that are out there that are really trying to make a go at it, just saying. 2025 was a rough year for making videos. Now, it was a big year because I had a lot that happened. I mean, I got married, so that's massive. I finally completed Javelina 100K, which was a big bucket list thing to do because I failed in 2024. So I had to go back and do it, and I did. Plus all the extra runs that I did and all the fun that I had being out there. So 2025 was very, very big. But when it came to production, it absolutely sucked. There wasn't a lot there, and I apologize for that because I know there are a lot of people who reached out to me. Are you okay? How is your training going? And all this fun stuff. And I'm very grateful for those people. But it also put into perspective that maybe I'm not doing what I should be doing, and am I even right to do this? And why am I even doing this? So I really had to sit down and contemplate it. So after Javelina, I sat down and I thought, I mean, I have a lot of camera gear, a lot of stuff, action cameras, drones, all the recording stuff, now lighting, still working on that one. But I have all these different tools and I'm not even using them. So should I keep doing it or just throw in the towel and give up? So with 2026 right around the corner, in fact, just a few days away, I really had to contemplate which way I wanted to go. Did I want to make a video that basically says, I quit, I'm done, thanks for all the support, I really appreciate it, and I hope that everybody has a wonderful time. But then I started going back through all my old videos. Then I started thinking about the races that I've been in, the people that I've met, and the messages I've received. I can tell you that there are a lot that meant a lot, and anybody who reached out, it does mean a lot. Ironman Oregon, running into individuals who said, man, I saw your video, I love your content, this really helped me in my race to understand the course and what to do. People telling me, oh dude, you're an inspiration, I was sitting on the couch, which there's not a lot, but I'm grateful for those who did. Going to Dallas and meeting the people I met in Dallas, and just going to these events and realizing there's a lot behind not only the ultra community, but the triathlon community, the mountain bike community, just all these different communities. And I realized when I kind of step away from it, I'm missing a lot. And there's a lot of fulfillment in doing it. Not only is it getting a medal or a buckle or whatever you get, but realistically, when somebody asks why I do it, it's for the satisfaction of the completion of what I've just done. Mind you, we take a look back at Javelina. The whole time I was racing, all I could think about is, why am I doing this? I'm not even filming this thing, which I didn't want to film, but I'm not even filming. Why am I even out here doing this? But it's kind of like when you do any other race. Why did I sign up? I'm not signing up for another race. This is stupid. This is the greatest feeling of my life. These are things that go through our head. And those are okay things. Those are natural things. And I bet if you ask anybody who does anything, any of these races, from a 5K to ultra marathons, from a sprint triathlon at their local area to an Ironman distance, they're all going to tell you the same thing. We all think about the same thing. We all wonder why we wake up at 3 a.m. and we go for a run, or we're on a bike, or we're in a pool while it's still dark and there's steam coming off the pool. We think about all these things, and then we wonder, is it worth it? And at the time, I can tell you, we'll say it doesn't. But there's one time when it's worth it, and that is the most important time, I firmly believe. That's the finish line. I have repeatedly told people that ask me why I do this. I do it for the finish line. I do it for the sense of accomplishment, because I'll tell you this 1,000 times. You can pay for a race. You can pay for the tools to train. You can pay for the tools to do the race. You can pay for new shoes, new bikes, all the fun stuff. You can buy anything, but you cannot buy the finish line, period. TM. You can't. You cannot buy the feeling you get when you've taken all this time of training, all this time of hard work, and then completed that task. So Javelina, all the running, the extra biking I've done, the dieting down, appropriately, not too bad where it was unhealthy, but doing all these tools all came out at the very end. And when I crossed the finish line and yelled about as loud as I did, I had people looking at me really, really strange. But I could tell you that yell was everything. That was all of the tense. That was the hard work. That was the days I didn't want to get up. That was the feeling of imagining my finish line. Because a lot of times when I'm running, all I do is picture the finish line. I picture, am I going to pump my fist? Am I going to slap my chest? Am I going to yay? It all comes down to one thing. And for me, I'm an emotional person. My family is extremely emotional. We are very emotional people. And when you can let that out, sometimes it just comes out really, really loud, and I'm not sorry. When making this video, and my thought process behind this video, the answer to the question is very simple. Is AllenVille Endurance channel done? Am I done making videos? Because it's hard work. Even though they're basic, it's hard work. Making this video right now means I had to come to work extremely early before anybody's awake. That's why it's still dark outside, even though we have really good lights here. But I had to come to work. Now I have to go back in. I got to change for work. And then I got to get to work and do my whole day. Plus I have to train today. So am I done? Reality is no, I'm not. Because I have a lot of great ideas. And what makes me mad is I didn't put those ideas to action. That's my own problem. There's no excuse behind that. That is literally my own fault. I had great video content ideas, from opening boxes, talking about the tools I use, and giving advice. Hell, I'll be honest with you. There was a point where I didn't think I was qualified to give advice. Why? Well, because I was overweight, and I thought, who am I to give advice in any of this stuff? But then I look back at my resume, and I have a wall of medals, and I think I'm qualified to give advice on some things. I'm not a doctor, not a personal trainer. I'm really not a fucking expert. Oops, sorry. But I'm not an expert. But, and I may not be able to relate to elite athletes, people who are in great shape, who can run 100K like it's nothing, like it's something, but they can go run the whole thing. But I can relate to the person who was sitting on the couch eating Cheetos. I can relate to the person who has a busy work schedule, who travels, who finds it hard to make time to get out and train, who lacks motivation, who goes to the kitchen in the middle of the night and opens up the fridge and says, I know I shouldn't be doing this, but I'm really hungry right now. Who drives by a gas station and thinks, I want a honey bun, or McDonald's, and says, how quick and easy is it to grab this breakfast and have this soda? Again, that's not mine. You can tell the soda's like, that's old, and I think that's tea. Not blaming anybody. But those are the people I can relate to. I had a lot of editing to do with this thing. Good God. There has got to be a great blooper reel for this, because I cannot tell you how many times my gimbal just took a crap. Died and dropped the video, so stick around for that at the end. I am grateful for you guys sticking around. I apologize, this video is not full of action and all the training footage and all the stuff that I did before. I know typically that's kind of what I used to like to create. I do want to get back to creating that. I do want to show you guys my training. In fact, we have a few new tools that we'll be using to show the training. I'm super excited to do that. I want to say thank you guys for sticking around this long. If you haven't, hit the subscribe button, all the fun stuff the thing tells you to do. But here's what I would say. If you watch anybody's content more than once or twice, look down, see if you're subscribed to them. If you're not, hit the subscribe button. Be it a guy with 1 million subscribers or girl with 1 million subscribers, or be it a person with 5. Be the 6. Be the 1,000,001. You look down, you see 5,000 likes, be 5,001. You see 1 like, be like number 2. You see 0, be like number 1. No comments, leave a comment down below. 1 million comments, leave a comment down below. Even if it's simple, congratulations, your video is great. I appreciate what you put out there. Thank you for your time, whatever it can be. Help the content creators, because I'll be honest with you, I really don't care what my numbers are. There are times that I do, but when I wake up and I think about it, I'm not going to make $1 million off being a content creator. Hell, I'm not that good, not that handsome. I got good teeth. That's about all I got. But I enjoy doing this. But there are people that are out there that are really putting a lot into it. Let's support them. Thank you. We'll see you in 2026. I didn't know where to start. What the f is going on? Hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share with your fucking friends. Why the f is my thing doing this? So the answer to the, whoa, what the f?